thank you everybody for joining us here today. We're going to start off with Mayor Jonathan Rothschild, who in the very beginning
has gotten that award because it aids students in need. It's placed its locations purposefully in neighborhoods where they can reach out to students in need. And it is trained for the workplace of tomorrow, putting its emphasis on science, technology, engineering, and math, on being bilingual or multilingual, and by giving students a broader education, particularly, must have been because you wanted to play the guitar, in music. So all of these awards are exactly what our country needs, and that this school does. From early childhood learning, to mentoring, to assuring that our high school students in those years where everybody sort of wants to go sideways, stays in school and graduate, and then moving those students on, whether it be to a 2-year school, a 4-year school, a vocational school. That is how you build, wherever you may live, a strong society, and that is what the gift, really, that Tatiana and Sergey brought.
His knowledge of how to scale charter schools operationally is unsurpassed. Robert DiBacco, thank you for joining us here today.
It is one of our greatest success stories in the state. And a lot of times with educational issues in the state, the work of our individual schools gets overshadowed. With teacher shortage, lack of funding. But AMS never uses those problems that they face as an excuse. Because what's really important is the education of those students and how those students feel on an individual basis and on a daily basis. And the story I shared with you is why it's important to get through to our students. Because AMS is proving what's possible for all of our students. Zip code doesn't determine your fate. Your life circumstance doesn't determine how successful you can be in school. And that's what I'm most proud of with Academy of Math and Science. And the staff that they have are having such a great impact. And the more schools, the more campuses that AMS opens, the more just incredibly enhances their impact. And so I want to tell you as founders, Kim, Tatiana, as staff members, all of the families that send their students here, a culture of high expectations is what makes a very great school. And when you combine that with the dedication, the compassion, and the caring attitude that all of your staff members have, that all of your parents have, that all of the founders have, that's what makes an incredible school. And that's what makes AMS the Charter School of the Year. Congratulations on all of your success. I look forward to be a part of your success in the future. I know there's many, many great things to come.
Importantly, to me, you are a supporter of two great things. The idea that excellent schools know what they're doing, and the idea that it pays to reward excellence.
True story.
And not focus on what's going wrong. Lisa, thank you.
Thank you.
AMS has done an incredible job of adding to the ability of families to choose a place that will see their child for who they can be and create that person. When we started A for Arizona, we brought everybody together and we said, hey, we see you guys. These are the best performing low-income schools in the state, about 100 of them, that were knocking it out of the park, A quality. The difference between AMS and a lot of the other schools we work with is that AMS does not just make gain, which will get you an A in Arizona. We calculate where you start with your kids and how far you come. So even if kids come way far behind and you move them 2 years, they may not be where, say, a wealthy community's kids are, but the process of progressing kids for 2 years is phenomenal. That will get you an A in Arizona. AMS actually competes at the actual performance level with the highest income schools we have in Arizona. They are one of only about 4 schools in the state that has done that in at least one of their schools for 3 years in a row. It's almost unheard of. we believe that AMS will be a school that makes Arizona very famous for this kind of quality. We think one of the things Arizona does best that does not get talked about is create very high-quality schools in neighborhoods that you wouldn't predict they would be. AMS is the leader of that pack.
Because we have a student that would like to say a couple of words to you all. She was AMS's Student of the Year last year. She's with us here today. Jasmine Velasquez, would you please join us?
My name is Jasmine Vasquez. I'm in 7th grade and I have been attending AMS for almost 4 years now. On behalf of the students and staff, I would like to thank the Arizona Charter School Association, the organizers of this event, and the parents attending for your support of our school. One of the greatest moments of my life was when I was named Student of the Year in 6th grade. Before attending AMS, I never would have thought that I would achieve an honor like this one. But I didn't do this on my own. I had help from the teachers at AMS and administrators. They don't want me as a student to get good grades. They want me as a person to push myself to do my best. They pay less attention to the score on the paper and care more about the effort that I put into learning. If I'm not doing my best, I can always count on my teachers to pull me aside and help me refocus and reorient my train of thought. They came up with fun stories and characters like Positive Polly and Eddie Electron to help us remember the lessons, instead of just spitting the words at our faces and expecting us to make sense of the information thrown at us. They form bonds with us to make the students more comfortable in class and trusting of the teacher. They don't just talk about facts but apply them to real-life situations. AMS did not get Charter School of the Year because we the students are geniuses, but because we know that someone besides mom and dad believes in us and has faith in us. The teachers and staff have helped us become the people we never would have dreamed of becoming. That is why we strive to go beyond the best of the best, because we know that it will be worth in the long run, and we want to make our parents and teachers proud. I would like to thank everyone who has been a part of AMS. You are the village that raised the child. Thank you.
Past, we also have an AMS alumna who is here today, Juliana, who is currently completing her PhD.
The reason our family chose AMS upon our arrival to the United States was a simple one. It was already ranked in the top 3 schools in Tucson, but it was the human, individual approach and the earnest desire to establish a personal connection with not only the students, but also the parents, and the desire to work together that proved to be the deciding factor. While relatively short, my stay at AMS has, in many ways, shaped me into the person that I am today. I am deeply grateful for the most important thing that the Academy of Might and Science has provided me: a strong, valuable education which I have carried with me all throughout my road through higher education. I am very proud to call myself an AMS alum, and it is my earnest hope that it will continue on its path to excellence and success for many, many years to come.